The wet season is drawing to a close in Northern Australia, and for many locals it's a time to celebrate. The arrival of the dry marks the end of mould, flooding rains and stifling humidity for another 6 months. But some people are reluctant to see the change of seasons. For storm chasers, the wild weather of the wet season is a source of fascination. Alison Middleton reports.
Deadly but captivating. Despite the dangers, severe weather has inspired leagues of storm chasers.
It is the thrill of the chase, the thrill to be in one of these things and knowing that you're one of the few fearless people that do go in there and do see what Mother Nature's worst can bring out.
There's probably like violence and beauty, I suppose, when you're actually in it.
Cameraman Paul Lyons captured these images after travelling halfway round the world in pursuit of the perfect storm.
This storm needs a tornado warning on it.
In the United States, he joined weather junkies getting close to the action on a tour to Tornado Alley.
Some people just do it because it's on their bucket list, but some people do it because it's a passion like mine and actually want to go and view, Mother Nature at its most severe.
The Townsville-based cameraman and part-time storm chaser hopes to one day make a living from filming cyclones.
When you're out there and you've got like a severe storm rotating in front of you, I know there's a closeness with Mother Nature or something going on, and you're sort of observing this monster growing in front of you.
They're unpredictable, they're powerful, they're totally out of your control. That's quite appealing to me.
For Jackie Ingham, storm chasing in the top end is a source of income. The nature photographer travels as far as Katherine, Kakadu and Kununurra to get shots of lightning.
I've come close a few times to being zapped, very close. I felt this like a zapping sensation through the hairs on my arms. It wasn't a very pleasant experience.
These were taken during a tea break from work.
Top-end photographer Mike O'Neill is also on a quest to take the perfect lightning shot. He's been chasing thunderstorms for nearly a decade.
Once the lightning comes out right in front of you, for me personally, the heart starts pounding and the blood starts rushing and your hands start shaking and the adrenaline rush is pretty intense.
It's an obsession that can keep him up all night.
During the wet season, I might average about 2 or 3 hours sleep. I think last year I lost about 4 kilos in weight, and just by not eating on the roads.
The atmosphere is still a frontier. A giant jigsaw puzzle, with most of the pieces still missing.
The science behind storms was explored in the documentary Thunderheads, which was made across an entire wet season in the top end. The region is a magnet for international scientists trying to solve the puzzle of how storms work.
For a guy who studies storms, Darwin is like a big sandbox to play in, and I'm here to play.
The draw card is Hector, a regular thunderstorm that forms over the Tiwi Islands off Darwin. In the International Cloud Experiment, research planes flew into Hector to collect data. Their mission? To understand the role thunderstorms play in global warming.
It's the monster of all thunderstorms and apparently is found very often here in the Melville Island area. We do think of Hector as the beast. He is supposed to be one of the largest thunderstorms known on the planet.
Clouds are the single most uncertain factor in trying to understand our current climate, much less predict future climate.
Chris Nitsopoulos and Travis Robertson are also on a mission to demystify severe weather. They've spent the last 3 wet seasons chasing cyclones in North Queensland.
It is pretty wild in the middle of them because you don't hear too much else outside of the wind and the rain smashing you in the face. For some reason they weren't going with it. They had it hitting hard.
The men are equipped with their own weather stations so they can record wind speed and temperature even inside a cyclone.
From areas with 3G and wireless coverage, we can basically transmit weather data in real time onto our websites so people can have a look at exactly the conditions that we're experiencing. Then we can show them also via camera.
Storm chasing itself is quite a dangerous occupation to be involved in.
Despite their precautions, the chasers don't have the blessing of authorities.
It's not something that we encourage because we do have a network of storm spotters, and these people are trained by the Bureau. They sit in static locations, but they do provide us with very, very useful information.
But that's not about to stop these adventurers. For the storm chasers, the fascination with nature outweighs the risks.
Just to be out there, knowing that most people are in an office putting up with a boss while you're out in the middle of a floodplain and all you can hear is the rumbles of thunder and flocks of magpie geese overhead. It makes you wonder just how lucky you really are.
Alison Middleton reporting.